Hey you guys, welcome back. If you're new here, hello. My name is Brittany, and in today's video I'm going to show you guys how I usually take my eyes from looking like this to looking bright, awake, and ready for the day. So I am not feeling the best today. I'm pretty hungover, I'm not even gonna lie. I've been in bed all day today, so I figure, okay, it's time to get up and finally film something. So that's what I figured we would do today, is show you guys how to make your eyes look bright and awake. So if you guys like these types of videos, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button or down. Let me know either way, that way I know what you guys like to see. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel before you guys leave, and let's jump right in and let's do this. Okay, so the first thing that I would typically do is prime my eye area. So I'm going to go in first with this Physicians Formula RefreshMint Cucumber and Bamboo Eye Depuffer. This to me doesn't really do much, but I figure if you have puffy under eyes, this might be a good drugstore affordable option, so I figured I'd throw this in here. But it just gives my eyes a little bit more hydration. So if you're looking to make your eyes look bright and awake, the more hydration that you have on your eyes, the better it's going to be. So I'm just going to press that right into the skin, and then I'm going to go in and prime my face. So the primer that I'm going to use today is the Dr. Brandt Pores No More Luminizer Primer. I use this one because it has that luminous effect and it is pore filling. So whenever I use pore filler primers, I do focus them under my eyes to help fill in my eye wrinkles, because yeah, girl has some eye wrinkles. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this on my fingertips. Now I know a lot of people got this in BoxyCharm as well, so I figured this would be a really good option to use. And then I focus this mainly in the T-zone of my face. I love the smell of this primer. And then like I said, I do pat it into my under eye area. This will just give us a little bit of a luminosity. I am going to go in with foundation as well, so you really won't see this, but if you're a person that doesn't want to use foundation, this will still work because it will give you that luminosity and it'll still make your skin look refreshed and ready for the day. So I'm just going to press this in basically all the areas that I have large pores. So it's going to be like my forehead area, this area here, and then all in this area here. And then I just kind of drag it out to cover my entire face. So now my face is primed and ready to go. Now this next step to me is the most important when it comes to my routine, when I really want my eyes to stand out and look a lot more awake and refreshed. So I'm going to take this NYX Dark Circle Concealer. This stuff is so good, it's so affordable. The Becca, which one is it? I know I have it in here somewhere. The Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector is also a really good one. I do really like that one, but this one is a lot more affordable and I feel like it does the job just as good as the Becca one. The Becca one does give you a little bit more luminosity, and I feel like it's a lot more hydrating than this one is. This one is a little bit drier. So if you have a really dry under eyes, the Becca one might be really good for you. But this is the one that I'm going to use today because I do really like this one. And then I'm just going to take this on my Sigma P82 brush. You don't have to use a brush, I just like to because it can really get in the area. And anywhere that you have darkness is where I'm going to put this orange corrector. So I'm just going to put this right in here. Some people don't really think that color correcting does anything, but I'm telling you, this makes a huge difference for me, and the color on this is perfect for me. This is in the shade Medium. I feel like this makes my eyes look so much better. I'll do one eye first so that way you could really see the difference that it does make, because this will really help cancel out that darkness. So if you have dark circles or just any darkness in your eye area or anything like that, this will help cancel that out. And then you could get away with just being like this and done. So look at the difference between my eyes right now. That is just from putting this dark circle corrector on there. And you really don't need a lot. Like, I'm just dipping in there a couple times and just applying it right to the eye area. You can use your finger like I said, but I just feel like this does so much for my eyes. So even if you take nothing else from this video, this would be the product that I would recommend if you want your eyes to look more bright and awake. So this is all that I'm doing, is just applying it. I do it all over my lid as well because I do get sometimes veininess in my eyes. And if you're a person that doesn't like to wear a lot of makeup, you don't have to. Like, I could get away with just walking out the door right now and my eyes look 100 times better. So I'm just gonna go in and do my other eye, and you will see how it will just completely transform it. Do you guys see how much of a difference that makes? It's crazy. Just this one product I feel like makes such a big difference. But one thing that I did forget to mention before I got into the video was I did start my face with moisturizer on underneath these 3 products. So I did want to just throw that in there just to make sure you really moisturize the skin, especially your under eye areas. But these 3 steps are what I ultimately feel like makes my eyes look more bright and awake. But I am going to do the rest of my makeup in the times that I feel like it really does make a difference with my eyes, making them look nice and awake. I will pop back on here because if you guys have seen my videos before, you guys know I do a full face of makeup. I do foundation, concealer, I do the powders. I do the whole 9, so I am going to do all that, but not everything is necessary to make your eyes look brighter. I just want to make this, if you don't like to wear foundation, concealer, and all that stuff, these are the steps that I feel like are the most important, but then I will go in and show you if you do like to use a full face of makeup. Now I'm going to show you the rest of the steps. So the first thing that I'm going to do is go in with foundation, and then I'm going to come back when I have my concealer on. So that's what we're going to do right now, so hold tight for just a second. Okay, so I just put my foundation on. I use the Collab Makeup Oh So Fresh Skin Tint, so this is more of like a BB cream. So I do have that on my skin right now, and now I'm going to go in with my concealer. So I just got this Colourpop No Filter Concealer. I used this for the first time and I loved it. It did not age me whatsoever, so I'm going to be using it again today. I'm using the shade Light 20 in the Colourpop Concealer. They just did expand this range. Like I said, I really like this concealer. So you guys can see how much lighter it is than my skin right now, but we can make it work. So I'm just going to go in, and I do like little upside down triangles. That's just the type that really work for me. And then I will apply it to the T-zone of my face as well. You guys see me do this all the time. This is just my like basic everyday makeup look. And this is the step that some people feel like color correcting is kind of redundant just because we're going in and concealing it anyways. To me, it still makes a difference. I don't care what anybody says. To me, I think it makes my eyes look so much nicer having that color corrector down first. And then I do go over my eyelids as well. But just look how quick and easy that blends out. Like it's a really nice concealer. I'm really impressed with it. I was not expecting to like it as much, and it's like $6, so you cannot beat that. That's better than drugstore price range. So I'm just going to blend this out, and you guys can see we're already looking way more awake than we were originally. So I feel like concealer is essential. You could totally skip the BB cream if you want and just go in with a skin tone concealer as well. That will also really help with the brightening effect, but I do still really like putting that orange concealer under it just because I feel like it gives you like another base layer, and I do feel like it helps fill in my eyes even more because it's just one more product in there, and it's not a heavy product either. So I still really like using that product, so that's just me in my opinion, and this is just the steps that I like to take. So now we have our concealer. I'll blend it out. I'm just going to set my face with powder, and then I will pop back on here when I have everything ready to be brightened with my banana powder, and then I'll show you guys that stuff as well. Okay, so you guys can now see that I have all my powders on. I have my contour, bronzer, blush done, and now we're going to go in and get the highlighting effect going on. So I'm going to focus this basically on all the areas that I put my concealer. Again, if you're not a person that does a full face worth of makeup, this is not a necessary step. You could still stick with those initial steps that I talked about before. So I'm gonna go in with the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette in the shade Caramel Toffee. We're just going to use the banana shade in this palette. I use so many different ones, but this is one of my favorites from the drugstore. My next favorite is probably the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette for the banana shade. I love that one. Or the Anastasia Beverly Hills Banana Powder. I'm just going to focus this on all of the areas that I put that concealer. So basically I'm going to set my eye area, I'm going to do my chin, my cupid's bow, and the center of my face, so my forehead and down the bridge of my nose. This is not a necessary step, I will say it again, but I feel like it is a really nice additive to the under eye area, especially because it just brings the focus right to the center of the face. Ooh, I just hit pan on this powder. That just goes to show you how much I do love this powder. So this is just going to help brighten up those areas a little bit, and that's basically all we're going to do there. So that is all I'm going to do with that contour palette. It's a super easy step. That's why I suggest this palette, because it's really affordable as well. But that's all I'm going to do there. I'm going to go in and do my eyeshadow and stuff like that, and then there's one more step that I feel like is really essential for making your eyes look bright and awake that a lot of people would think opposite. So stay tuned for that. I'll be right back. Okay, so you guys can see I am midway through my eyeshadows, and I've been working with the Colourpop Dream Street palette. I was feeling really inspired by this shade right here today. So that is what is on my eyes right now. I've been loving this. I've been using it the past couple days. But I wanted to do a darker look because this is where people tend to get away from making their eyes look bright and awake. So a lot of people would pair a black liner with this look. I do not, because black liner will close up my eyes. So what I typically use is a nude eyeliner or any lighter toned eyeliner. You could use white. Nude is my favorite because it is a skin tone color, so it looks very natural on your eyes. Or I will use like a light pink, light blue, anything that looks lighter. That way it's going to really brighten up your eyes and not take away from your eyes. You know what I mean? So that's where I feel like this step is crucial when it comes to keeping your eyes looking bright and awake. And this one is from Rimmel. This is my all-time favorite, and you guys will see how pigmented this is. It's just a really nice slide-on, glide-on eyeliner, and look at the difference that it makes right there. Just makes my eyes pop a little bit more because that's the look that we're going for. I typically do like 2 coats of this one just to really make sure it's popping, and then I will just go in my other eye and do this one as well. Like, look how easy that just goes on. And you can really see my eyes keeping their liveliness. And another thing that I forgot to do, which I keep forgetting because I don't have them down here right now, anytime that I'm doing an eyeshadow look, I usually put eye drops in. I've talked about them in my last favorites video, I think, but that is another thing that will keep your eyes looking bright and awake, is putting eye drops in before you do all of your makeup. So that is one thing I forgot to mention, so my bad on that one. The ones that I recommend highly are the Roto Ice ones. Those are the ones that I mentioned in my, I think it was my favorites video. But I would definitely recommend those. So now I'm just going to finish up my eyes and then do a little conclusion at the end of all the steps that I would recommend you guys do. So let me finish up my makeup real quick and then I will be right back. Okay, you guys, this is my makeup completely done, and I just wanted to basically give you guys a look at what I look like after the fact, and I want to insert a clip right now of what I looked like before. That way you guys can see the difference that all of these steps really do make. I do not feel like all of these are necessary to do on a day-to-day basis especially, but if you are somebody that doesn't wear a lot of makeup or anything like that, I'm going to tell you guys the top 2 steps that I think are going to change the game for you if you are struggling with darkness in your under eyes or just struggling with making your eyes look awake and fresh. And the first thing is going to be this NYX Dark Circle Concealer or any orange color correcting concealer. This changes the game for me. As you guys saw when I first applied it, like, it instantly looks drastically different. It really brightens up my eyes and it just overall makes them look so good. This is the #1 step I would do, and then I would also do that nude liner. I feel like it makes any look more wearable. I feel like it really makes your eyes pop a lot more. It just overall makes everything look so much better. That is ultimately what I came up with for everything that I do to make my eyes look awake and fresh, and everybody keeps asking me to do this video because no matter what type of looks that I do, if I add those 2 little steps in there, it totally transforms the way that my eyes look. So I feel like those are ultimately the top 2 steps that I would do. You could add in concealer, you could add in foundation. Just be mindful when it comes to this NYX Dark Circle Concealer, it is an orangey toned concealer. So if it does show up orange on your skin, you are going to want to go over it with either a foundation or a concealer. So just be mindful of that if you are using this, but this nude liner, this will literally work for everybody. And if you are a darker complexion, if a nude liner isn't working for you, try to find one that is similar to your complexion. And that is ultimately what I did. I feel like this makes my eyes look so nice. I did used to use white in my waterline, and I just feel like it looks so much more natural with the nude liner. So those are the main 2 things that I would highly recommend you guys do. If you guys try these steps, leave them in the comments down below what you guys thought of it. And overall, that's just everything that I do to try to make my eyes look more awake and fresh and not hungover AF. So that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys do like these types of videos, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button or down. Let me know either way. That way I know what videos you guys like to see. And make sure you guys subscribe to my channel before you guys leave so you don't miss any future videos, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload new videos. And that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys in my next one. Peace!